Hello, human beings. It's been a while since I've spoken to you. I thought it might be fun to talk about portals tonight, what they are, different kinds. Most of you think of advanced technology when it comes to portals. And while this is very true, that these exist, there's so much more to portals. There are different kinds of portals. Each of you are filled to the brim with portals. From your eyes that take information in, from your mind that takes information in, information that gets mixed with perception, whether it's the actuality of the intention of the information being given, and even the information in and of itself has its own personal resonance within itself. Yes, I'm talking about that observer effect. You want to know about portals, then you first must understand yourself, how you can open up portals within yourself. Your kind will never be able to formulate a proper portal based on your current mathematics and science without the understanding of natural portals. Things as simple as the physics of an eddy in the water, as simple as what I'd mentioned earlier, grasping concepts and applying certain belief systems about it based on your own personal observer principle. And some of you may be nodding your heads because so many of you believe that portals are about getting from point A to point B. But then you have to apply other dimensions and nonlinear time. The truest portals are self-made and self-contained. You want to experience and jump timelines. So many of you are obsessed with the concepts of manifestation. But you've got to understand the nature of the portals within yourselves. Some of you carry portals of life and keys to those portals of creating life, children. And then you have the portals of your love and giving to those children. The reason I'm bringing this up is you need to understand that it's more than just the concept of tearing open a piece of the fabric of time and space to go from point A to point B. There is intention and consciousness involved. It goes beyond the mathematical layers in which you speak. It is a place where intuition thrives, where when you can pour out the numbers to make sense, you'll realize it's infused with heart, with nature, that all the answers are all around you. This is the real reason we native Earth Reptilians taught you our versions of meditation. You've had your star relatives and ancestors teach you types of meditations too. But for us, it was more about grounding into this beautiful planet, connecting with nature. First, when you close your eyes and you just listen and breathe with the symmetry of the rhythm all around you, listening to the river or the way the wind blows, the birds in the trees. You smell the air. When you feel one with it, even if you're in the city, you can still create a portal within yourself. You just imagine that's your portal when you can't be physically with your 3D body. You simply imagine. It's especially easy if you've had your body sitting in a natural space and you've hit record within yourself when you really take it in viscerally. So then you're taking that point A, or in this case, it would be point B that you're imagining, bringing it back to yourself in point A. As you know, things have been fixed to make your natures sick and weak, but you can take the nature and bring it into you. Just draw it in. And in some ways, it'll make you stronger when you practice this way. We would say that the path of least resistance would be you sitting in nature whenever you can, because then you're creating another portal. But we don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves. So when you are grounding, and what is grounding? It is being completely in this realm. Only when you can really experience that reality that so many of you have come to see as grotesque, the concept of 3D reality, as just as vital and important and beautiful as any more subtle reality. Because the dimensions blur in between the lines. They're not a heavy division. And when you think of, say, 3D, 5D, 6D, and you separate them like that, that's not the truth. Just look at the rainbow. Every single color has blurs between them, and within those blurs is a dimension within itself. The way that dimensions are counted are not actually accurate at all. And they don't even matter. If you study music, you know the reality of the infinite notes between the notes. Each pattern. Is this making sense to you? Listen with your heart and not just your mind for a moment here. Once you really feel with your physical body, you celebrate and open up the animal self. And this is why animals are so instinctively connected to the higher realms. Their very eyes are portals. They can see into higher dimensions, especially certain animals like your cat. Once you get comfortable with all the senses, and you will be very much more developed in your sensory systems. Once those are fine-tuned, it will naturally start to build a portal, and you will begin to see into the next layers, which is where you would be able to perceive us, perceive what's considered the paranormal, even perceive and connect with loved ones. And how do you do this? This is through specifically your heart center. Your heart center is where all the truest portals, for you especially as humans, it will create a ripple effect to your third eye. You'll be able to see your crown. It'll help you to hear. It'll help you to speak the truth through your throat. But it is so important for you to ground yourself. We call those chakras, which are, what are they? They're portals. They're portals. Even your chakras are represented as a rainbow. In between each, there's a blurring. They all have frequencies that also have a connection to specific dimensions of learning. Your heart mediates everything. For you in particular. For us, we're very strong on the third eye. And for you all, it is the heart chakra. You're feeling, sensing, emotional creatures. And when you can develop your senses, when you can open up your pineal gland, and we know that many of you worry about it being calcified, but I can tell you with great assurance, when you ground yourself, when you take care of yourself, your physical body, the answers will be drawn to you. That's part of the portal that opens up. It's not just about where you go and how you go. It's about what you draw to you. It's not just you going through a portal. It's about this thing coming to you while you go to it. Does that make sense? And that's how you can see that occur. Now, we know for some of you this might sound a little disappointing, a little less sci-fi, but we assure you there are technologies that are extremely exciting. But we're not going to get into the technology in that deep level for reasons that I don't want to scare you into saying safety or anything like that, because the truth is they're more afraid of you developing your inner portals. What do you think that astral traveling is, my friends? You leave your body that's full of portals with your astral body, which is full of even more portals. When you're in your dream state, you're transported from one place to the next. Portals are states of consciousness, bubbles of reality, places that you go, thoughts, other realities. Developing these abilities within yourself will help you to open up portals where, like I said, you have the ability to visit loved ones. Now, I want you to know that oftentimes you all are very successful in a certain portal action, and you don't even realize it because the concept of the Clairs, such as Clairaudient, Clairvoyant, Clairsentient, so on and so forth. If you, for example, are not very strong in the portal of the third eye, you didn't fail because you picked it up in Clairsentience. Look up the Clairs. They're very, maybe Kalina can put up a diagram of that as I'm speaking to make it easier for you. You see what you can see with. We have a dear friend who we know will be listening, Christopher, who he does not have the ability to physically see, and yet he is grounded and rooted beautifully within sight, within inner vision. It has caused him to open up an inner portal of seeing that is just as much a blessing, if not more, than physical sight. And with that, he has also been blessed with developing his other physical senses more drastically and readily than others may experience. So let's say, for example, you open up a portal to connect with a loved one that has crossed over. You can't see your loved one. You have not figured out how to attain that portal, but you're able to hear or even just feel the presence. And every one of you has had some variation of these. The more you connect and lean into your strong portals, the more you develop them, just like in the rainbows that I mentioned, the blurs in between, it will begin to expand and you will open more naturally in between, and you'll be able to walk through these portals within yourself. When enough human beings develop this consciousness within themselves, these portals, then the answers will begin to come, especially when those of more of an analytical nature finally understand what true grounding and true rootedness is. Let go and let the heart transmute everything, the one that is in the middle, the one that mediates and helps to expand the blurring in between and help you to open up the full capacity. And this will include that numerical intelligence. But intuition, my friends, has to be considered just as important. But you have been programmed to dismiss it, to see it as woo-woo, fluff. But denying it is like denying one of your hands. And so then you do not learn to operate in an ambidextrous fashion. We're not just referring to writing here, just imagine. There are a rare few of you who will know what this is like if you only have one hand. You want to operate with both. My friends, you want to receive information with not just the grounded, rooted, analytical nature that only leads to shutdowns and skepticism and fear if it doesn't have the guidance of intuition, which connects you directly to God, Source, the Force, whatever, depending on your particular beliefs, your observer, your personal connection to the all that is. And when that happens, you get a lot of portal shutdowns, or you're very limited, and so you get stuck in your particular viewpoint in this particular dimension, losing the childlike wonder that you once had, that innate part of you that knows that magic is real. And when we say magic, we are not meaning manipulation to get what you want out of others through some kind of form of vampirism. We are talking about opening up portals through the combination of the true natural world that you can observe in animals and find out what your personal animal nature is, embracing it, and then connecting your intuition. Earth meets sky. Does this make sense? And perhaps in a future time, not far from now, I'll get into some of the natures of our portals as native Earth reptilians. That will be very exciting for you to hear about. But I want you to understand the power within yourselves and how important and crucial it is for you in your development to use them for your own personal freedom. We hope that you will find some joy and relevance in this. We will talk about this again at a later date, because there's so much more that I can share with you. And I know and can feel that so many of you are aching to hear more of the science behind this. But you need to understand that portals are more about frequency. You will not come to understand the way portals work if you cannot learn how to have a certain level of mastery with portals within yourself. Feel, especially the heart chakra. Okay, and then so what do you do if your heart chakra feels closed, or you have a lot of childhood wounding, or whatever you may feel that your blockage is? Lean into your emotions. The quickest way is to sit alone with yourself. Allow yourself to actually feel what you're afraid of feeling. Have the bravery and the determination to cut everything off around you, everything that longs to distract you, including yourself that tries to reason and make excuses for whatever it may be, and open a portal of unconditional love and understanding for yourself. Why am I hurting? Let the laughter or the tears flow. Let whatever it is, the loneliness, allow that dam to break free. Because your heart needs to have a certain level of lightness to it, sprightliness to it. You must have the lightness of a child, not necessarily completely, but that wonderment. You see, you were programmed from a very young age in something, and you knew, and your heart broke at the lies, at the stifling you, caging you, constantly telling you that you had to do this or that, often no explanation why, claiming safety of you when it was the most unsafe thing. Letting yourself know that you are giving yourself permission to be free and to be safe within yourself. And feeling safe enough to feel your feelings. Because when you started to feel them as a child, someone tried to shut you down. And you got the impression that it wasn't okay. So you must be the one to allow that river to flow again. And sometimes it will be about crying. Sometimes it will be about laughing. It'll be about realizing that you really loved to play guitar, and you lost joy at some point in your teen years, and you just stopped playing. And you realize when you're sitting in that moment, you suddenly become hungry and thirsty to play guitar again. It'll be different for everyone. The point is to soften that heart space, because that is the piston that gets everything going. It's the most, all of the chakra portals are important, but the heart is essential, and particularly in the human being, the earth human being especially. And the more of you that can balance and honor this space within you, the better and better things will become. The more and more those that you fear will be able to grip and control you. Because believe me when I say this, you will discover more than portals. You will, my friends. And then when you get up to a certain point, perhaps the grudges that most of my kind hold against you will dissolve. But I can assure you, I will be among the first to greet you in pride and honor, because I always knew you had what it takes. So I leave you with all the honor and integrity from my heart to yours. As someone who is very developed in my third eye, what I can see, because this is the equivalent of where my heart center is. I see a world full of angels. That's what I see in you. just the seeds beginning to sprout. And it's only a matter of time. But you've got to nurture yourselves, the nature within, and so much more than portals will happen. So many great technological advances you can't even fathom. And how we would be able to share, finally feel like we are sharing this planet in the way it was intended. This is one of my personal greatest desires and dreams. Not necessarily for most of my kind, but I'm telling you, I believe in you all and I have faith in you all. I do. I understand why you're so emotional. That thing right now that makes it seem like you're falling apart, after a certain threshold, it's going to be the thing that helps you all together, rise together, I would rather say. You just need to stop fighting with each other. Love thy neighbor. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. Love thy neighbor. All right. Have fun with this. And I will talk to you again soon. Good night, humans.